When you install a solar power system, it generates electricity for your home or business. If there's extra electricity that you don't use, it would normally flow back into the utility grid. However, with a zero export system, we ensure that no surplus energy is sent to the grid. Instead, the system adjusts automatically, reducing solar power production when your energy needs are low. This is often required and the utility company has restrictions on feeding excess electricity back to TH grid. Connect the line and neutral wires to the single-phase grid. Install the CT on the line wire, ensuring the P1 side is oriented towards the inverter and the P2 side towards the grid. In parallel, route the line and neutral to the MCB, with the MCB's output connected to the load. Terminate the S1 terminal of the CT at the P1 terminal on the inverter, and the S2 terminal at the P2 terminal on the inverter. The wiring connections have been made as per the diagram. Initially, when the inverter is off, the load draws a total current of 1.3 ampere from the grid. Once the inverter is turned on, wait for around 3 minutes to let it connect to the grid. Now, you will notice the load continues to draw the same amount of current from the inverter. And the surplus current generated by the inverter will flow into the grid. To enable the zero export, go to Inverter Settings. Go to Zero Export Power, and select CT Control. Now configure the settings, by setting the CT ratio to 100, and turn on the CT Power Control. Now you will notice the same amount of current is flowing to the load. And the current flowing to grid is reduced to nearly zero, ensuring no excess power is export, confirming that the zero export feature is functioning correctly.
In the app, you can evaluate the zero export feature. When disabled, the inverter generated more power, exporting excess energy to the grid. After 2 p.m., enabling zero export reduced generation to match load demand without exporting.
If the CT terminals, S1 and S2, are not properly connected to the corresponding P1 and P2 terminals, you may notice that the CT power exceeds the active power. And the current will flow in the grid, indicating a wiring error. Please refer to the wiring diagram and verify the connections to ensure proper setup.